Hello everyone, welcome back to Art with 100 Hues, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to use the smudge tool. Let's go. As an example, I have a circle that we're going to be shading just to show and demonstrate how to use the smudge tool correctly in different instances, in shadow and highlight and stuff like that. So on the layers, just so you know, I do have the layer clipping mask to the circle in case you want to follow along to practice. So I have the darker version of the color of the circle, and I'm just going to add the shadow with just a regular brush. Like that. Yeah. Then you're going to go over to the smudge tool. And for the brush that I'm going to be using, I'm going to be using the smudge brush. I created these myself. This pack is linked down below, and it is 100% free. You can download that from Google Drive. I made it as pretty much as accessible as possible for anyone that has Procreate, because I wanted to make it just some resources that you guys can take. There will be more added as we go, but these are the ones that I'm going to be using for the future tutorials and the one that I find the most necessary to have. So again, smudge brush. And right now, the nice thing about this is you can have this at 100% opacity. And the size, I have 68%. So now you're gonna slowly just trace along that line. And you can see, you wanna lift your brush every now and then, just so you can kind of refresh that. And just blend as needed. Just like that. There. And now you have smudged out that shadow. The key is not to be too aggressive. So, for example, this isn't gonna get you too far. As you can see, this is just, I know my brush wasn't angled perfectly. You could have made that look better, but the technique, it's just gonna look very smudgy, if that makes sense. But yeah, try to keep the brush strokes long, and don't forget to lift your pen every now and then to just refresh that stroke. Okay, now I want to add highlight, so I'm going to go to the colors and find my highlight color. I'm going to probably do something like that. And I'm going to draw just like a circle on the top. Then back to the smudge tool, and we're going to slowly just go around the edge of the circle. And then once you kind of have a blend out like this, you can expand that. You want to make sure that it doesn't disappear. And basically the way you do this is that you start your brush stroke within that color. So you start here and then you can keep going. So you smudge out. Just something like that. Now, if you run into a problem where sometimes it's just not visible, or like it's not extreme enough, what you can do, I'm gonna go ahead and select the highlight, and then you can just copy and paste, and I have it a little bit more extreme. However, that won't be clipping mess, so I'm just gonna like that. Now you can blend that out some more, and you have that highlight. Okay, so if you wanted an ombre kind of like a sunset, like what this is gonna be, or just some kind of ombre, this is how you would do that. Now, am I saying that this would be faster than using Gaussian Blur? Absolutely not. Gaussian Blur would probably finish that in about 5 seconds. But if you wanted like more control, or for whatever reason you want to use the smudge tool, maybe just for practice, this is how you would do it. And now I'm just gonna smudge, and slowly I'm gonna go in circles. With the color here. I find circles very efficient at blurring very harsh lines. This yellow is a bit neon, but overall you get the idea. And there you go, now you have the kind of ombre. As you can see, I mean, the lines are a bit sharper. Again, you can do the exact same thing with Gaussian Blur in a matter of seconds. And I'm not saying that I don't suggest smudge, but again, if you wanted like more accuracy, you could use the smudge tool. Now, if you somehow aren't able to download my brush set, there are other brushes that you can use too. For example, the airbrushing, I find for me as a beginner was definitely my go-to, just because, I don't know, I thought of smudging and so I thought of like the airbrushes. So those are available too. However, you're gonna have to turn the opacity down a little bit just so it's not as intense. I'm gonna go up a little bit. There. Pretty much the same outcome, however, it was a little bit less convenient for me personally. So, and that was it for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope to see you next Sunday with my brand new video, and I hope that you guys enjoy this video as much as I enjoyed making it. I always love making these videos for you guys. See you next time. Bye!